Hi everyone, and welcome back to Efficient Gaming. We've got an interesting monster week this week in The Witcher Monster Slayer. So there's a new vampire out, which is called, give me one sec. It is called the Adumbrual Brukolak. Yeah, that's probably one of the most difficult monster names to pronounce so far. But it seems that there's more than just that is around this week. I found a new legendary this week as well. I don't know if it's been out before or if I've just discovered it having gone in parks now, but there also seems to be a greater Gernakora out, and we've got one of those in the video for you as well. So why don't we start checking out the time tasks for this week? Alright, so we'll go to the news first and we'll check what's new for this week. We're also going to have a very quick rundown of the month of July. So the July lineup, we've just hit the 7th and we've got now new monster. Have we just hit the 7th? Yeah, something like that. July is the month in which we celebrate the first anniversary of the Witcher Monster Slayer. For this month, we've prepared a birthday event and special contracts for our witches. Before that happens, you'll have 2 weeks to prepare in specially crafted monster weeks, with each week divided into 2 parts. During these 2 weeks, starting from July 7th, you'll face 3 new monsters. In the second part of the second week, you will hunt all 3 kinds of harpies, and should do good training objects before the anniversary Great Hunt challenges that will last from the 21st to the 26th of July. The English still isn't perfectly on point, but you kind of get what they're saying. The last week of July will bring another new monster. This creature shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who likes morning forest walks. Just don't expect fighting it will be a walk in the park. It won't. See you at the birthday party. So I'm quite interested in what this one is here, where it's got a present. I personally am hoping that we are getting a new sword, because new things are interesting and they change the gameplay up a bit. Let's check out this week. So, the Adumbrual Brukolak. Witcher, no one is safe in the forest at night, and that's the Brukolak's lair. Those feral beasts may be rare, but I believe this week we're going to see more of them than usual. Defeat them to restore peace and safety in the area. This week's time task may seem difficult, but with proper technique, there's nothing you can't do. They are right in the fact that they are certainly much more difficult than the other week. So this is our most recent update as well. Blah, 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 blah. The only real difference that I have noticed is they're allowing you to delete your account. There must have been a lot of requests for that recently. They are forcing you to put bombs in each fight. Now, I'm divided on this. It has been helpful in the fact that I'm not forgetting about bombs anymore, and I've actually used quite a few more bombs in my videos. But if you accidentally hit that button, that's like 15 gems just down the drain that you'll never get back. So it's better that bombs only come into fights where you're prepared to use them. Now, you can still unequip all the bombs, but I'm divided. Both good and bad. We've added the option to change language. You can delete your account. They've also fixed minor bugs in quests and improved the overall stability. Yeah. Okay, let's actually have a look at the task. Now, I'm doing reasonably well on this so far. The Brukolaks are actually difficult to find because I normally go to bed before nighttime starts and I wake up after nighttime's finished, so it's a bit difficult for me to get them, especially going out looking in a park. They have been spawning around my home area, just not in great numbers, as you can see. But that was from the first night, not last night. Last night I was crashed out and went to bed. So kill 30 monsters from the vampire class. Well, if you kill 20 Brukolaks, then that's going to be 20 of that 30, so it doesn't harm doing a few more. Kill 30 monsters from the insectoid class. Gather 25 insectoid remains. Now that's very disproportionate to the kill 30 monsters from the insectoid class, so that was one of the more difficult ones, and we've got a bit of a longer video today where I've just got some gameplay of me going out and doing that. I won't comment over that. That's just go check that out if you're interested. Craft 5 vampire oils. They're all sat in my crafting thing crafted, I just haven't collected them. Kill 5 vampires without performing any melee attacks, and kill 3 Adumbrual Brukolaks without using signs. So let us check out our first video, which is going to be a combination of a good portion of those tasks. Okay, so I'm just showing you what tasks we're attempting, which is the Adumbrual Brukolaks. It's obviously the vampires, and we're going to try for both of the other tasks at once, which is killing them without any melee attacks, and also killing them without any signs. So basically, we're going to be using bombs. So it is night time. So the sword that I'm going to pick for this is going to be the Dawnbringer. I am putting on a Swallow potion and a Swift potion, but because the Swallow potion did not come up as a suggestion in fighting the monster, I have to go put it on manually. Now I've done this because we're attempting to fight a monster with only bombs, which means we're not getting that boost from anything else. The bomb that it automatically suggested was a good choice. I'm just going to change to Dawnbringer to give that a bit of extra damage because it's night time. And we're going to fight it. Yeah, this is a majority survivability build because we're trying to do something with the minimum amount of damage. Well, not minimum, because the bombs do pretty good, but we're allowed to defend, so that'll allow us to... It's a shame I wasn't allowed to use any other damage at all, because 3 just doesn't quite kill it. If you got some perfect parries in there, you might be able to do it, but I just didn't want to chance it, and I've got plenty of those bombs from the last few time tasks, so... yeah. There is that one. That was my first one that we defeated, and... as you can see, that completed 4, well not completed, but up to the number on 4 separate tasks. So that's how you do it if you have plenty of resources and want to do everything at once and be efficient. The next thing I want to show you is how to do it without using no signs and no potions, but because last time we had used the survivability build, we were using potions to keep us alive, but this time we want to do it without having to use those potions. So as you can see, I've still got to do one without using signs, but we can use bombs and we can use melee attacks. So we don't really need to use any potions as well. So this will help out if you've got some bombs to spare but don't want to keep using those potions because the Brukolaks that you are finding are sort of few and far between. So we're just going to use a couple of bombs and our melee attacks to finish this off. I think I still needed to use 3 bombs because I didn't quite get the perfect parries down, but we did it nonetheless. You don't have to use potions as well as bombs if you're not going for the no melee attacks and no signs challenges both at once. So that's both of those completely completed now. The next thing I am going to show you is just some general ingredients gathering and the insectoid side of things. So we're going to go for killing an insectoid and gathering some insectoid remains. As you can see, that was my first vampire oil that was brewed. Just making some space. That's the most important thing when you go to kill the higher level insectoids, is we want to make sure that we've got bag space, because if we don't have bag space and we miss out on those remains can only be gotten from the rare monsters, which is a new game feature that is post the 1.2, now 1.3 update. So that's obviously us killing a single insectoid. Now this insectoid should, as long as we've got the bag space, be able to give us insectoid remains. Now I haven't this time put on my armor that makes it the woven armor, which gives you 50% extra chance of getting extra ingredients, but we do that later in the I'm going out in the park to do this very specifically video. At the moment it was just making sure I had a video for each of the tasks so that I could show it for you for the video. But yeah, we're just defeating the monster, which is quite difficult even with the potions that we've got on. So yeah, riders are difficult, but we managed to do it. And as you can see, without the woven armor on, we've gotten a single insectoid remain, which is better than nothing. So we've covered most of the tasks now. The next one I want to look at is the oils. So we had already crafted one, but didn't really go through the process of it. Or we hadn't. I don't know. I still haven't claimed any of them. They will actually fill up the bar once I claim them. So, crafting a vampire oil. What do we need? So if we have a look, we need bear fat, powdered monster tissue, and some insectoid remains. That's it. So the insectoid remains, we know where to get them from. We want to kill rare or above insectoids. But we need to know where to get the bear fat from. So you get the bear fat from the shop, and that costs you, we're just going down, 200 for 5. So basically 40 each. So we're spending 200 gold just to brew the potions that we need, plus however much we needed to spend just to get the insectoid remains so that we could also make that. Obviously the powdered monster tissue is quite easy to come across, but yeah, I don't know why I was picking up fiber off the ground, because you didn't actually need it for any of the ingredients to make the vampire oil, but yeah. So that is our timed tasks for the week. Now I then went out into the park and we were attempting to do the best word for it. We're attempting to get the rest of the insectoid remains that we need, because you only need 10 insectoid remains to complete the creating the vampire oils tasks, but it asks you to get 25. So I don't know whether that's a bit over the top and unnecessary, or whether it's just a number that they left in there from before when you did need about 5 remains to craft an oil, but you don't anymore. So I'm hoping that will change in the future and be a bit more, oh yeah, well you needed to kill 30 insectoids, that's fine, but most of them can be common. They don't all need to be rare so that you've got the insectoid remains. So we needed 10 insectoid remains, they made us collect 25, so 15 of mine are probably just going to go in the bin, even though I put all that effort into getting them. But anyway, I had a good time in the park, and here are just a few things that I saw. This was a nice big fish that I saw just swimming around in the small bit of water in the park next to me. This one was a couple of deer that sort of ran through the water and across to the other side, and then I think I spotted the fish here as well. That's it, sort of just making those little waves down the top right of the screen there. You can't see it very well, but we got a good picture of it afterwards. Next, we are looking at a short video of a squirrel eating that I also found while I was in town. And finally, this is my favourite find of our trip to the park. It's a joke that the park wardens clearly left for us monster slayers, because this specifically says stay on the path, and I thought that with everything that is mentioned in Monster Slayer, Stay on the Path was a really cool find, and just reminds me that maybe they didn't even come up with a concept. Maybe they found it somewhere and just thought, that's a really good idea. So yeah, that was my quick run through of the cool things that I found in the park. What I will leave you with playing now is a bit of a longer video of me out in the park and basically what I did to find these monsters. So I think immediately I'll just run you through it. I started off with a Falcon Potion to look where I should be going, and I just hunted down the monsters from there. There were 2 parks, one on my left which seemed to contain majority relics, and one on my right which did have a few more insectoids in it. I don't know whether they were slightly more attracted to the small amount of water that was in the park, but see, this is me putting on my Wolven armor because we're literally going out just to do this quest. So we need those extra alchemical ingredients. If I did not have this on, this would have taken me more than the 2 hours that it took. But I've got a bit of a short 20-minute video of just some of what I did in the park. So feel free to watch that if you're interested, just a bit of gameplay of what I did to finish off some of these tasks. But if not, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. Bye.